Silkwood now for almost 20-some years. We were lived at the Heights together. Not together, but we lived in the same neighborhood together, and we were on the board of directors of the Houston Heights Association for several years. And she just got off, and when she goes off and on again and off again. I remember Christy, she was doing little coffee tables and doing her artwork on the coffee tables, which was years and years ago. She's come a long way. John Palmer, I met him about a year ago. I was at one of Krista's showings last Christmas in her art show and in her showroom, and I looked at her art and I said, you know, this is something Victoria could use. This is something different that Victoria might be interested in. And so then she said, well, I'll talk to John, her partner, and maybe they could do an art show together, which this is coming out of that art show. And I think it's really a great art show. And I now like to introduce Chris Silkwood and John Palmer.
John, thank you so much, and we would like to say thank you also to all the wonderful people that Morgan named earlier. John and I are so excited to have this exhibit at the Nave. We're very involved in the arts in Houston, and we want you to know that the Nave is held as a fabulous museum, and it is known. When you mention the Nave in the arts community in Houston, they know what we're talking about. And because of all the hard work that you all have done, the board, and bringing quality art into this fantastic building, it has gained a truly wonderful reputation. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our collaborations and my work. I have not been an artist all my life. It's really been over the last 12 to 13 years. My husband Gary, and who's also here with my son Nick, and we have a whole contingency here from Houston and from North Carolina and South Carolina, and we're bringing it into Victoria and spending money. When we checked into the Holiday Inn, the Holiday Inn Express, the lady said, I'm sorry, all the rooms are booked. We're really busy right now, and we said, yeah, we're the ones that made that happen. But anyway, my husband is in construction engineering, and we were transferred to Australia, and I really had to think about what was I going to do with my life leaving the country, and I was a corporate trainer and very active in that, and going through life changes and so forth, and I became very interested in mosaic art after seeing these magnificent installations of mosaic at the International Airport in Brisbane. And over time I was able to seek out who the artists were that did them. And long story short, they allowed me to become their first student. And I studied with them for 3 years. And it was incredible and a tremendous opportunity. And when we came back to the U.S., I then went to Italy and studied in Ravenna. And out of all of that, really developed my own style, honoring the ancient technique of mosaic, using very small pieces. As you can see, the work is all glass. And started having shows out of my home, and people were coming. And they were buying the art, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. And then I had done a festival, an art festival, and that's where John and I met. And I fell in love with his art, and he really liked mine, and we ended up doing a trade. We traded art pieces, and that was the start of an incredible and very meaningful friendship. John invited me into a gallery that he had at the time in the historical district of the Heights, and then together we moved into the building where I remain, where I have a studio and gallery, and John has his own freestanding gallery, also in the historical district.
You win the suite.
That's right. But John is also my son's godfather, which is particularly meaningful to us, and we appreciate it so very much. And to tell you about the collaborations, which is this piece, the two pieces on that wall, and the piece with the rain cloud on that wall, that came about through our dear friend Bill Baldwin. Bill, you'll kind of raise your hand there. Bill is a businessman in Houston and a major art collector, and he had a large collection of both John's work and my work. And about 4 years ago, he came to us and he said, okay, this is what I want. I want a collaboration. And John and I had kind of thought about doing that, but never really did it. We were busy, doing our own things. Well, we did a series for Bill and so loved doing it that we have been doing collaborations on a limited basis ever since. And we love being able to do these special pieces just for this exhibit. So thank you all for supporting the show, for being here. John is going to tell you about his work.
Okay, thank you.
You're fine.
So, thank you for being here. I'll be very brief. I know last Monday was being a long conversation about things, but the first thing is I know anything we do in our life is never solo. And I think the great thing about collaborations and working with somebody else in art, it's very easy to define as a collaboration. We all collaborate in life, whatever we do, hopefully, or we're not really growing. So that is very special to me, so I'd like to give you these tonight. So, thank you very much for allowing me to grow and be better, and Bill Baldwin being the springboard for the collaborations. We talked about it, and then there was money behind it. We didn't know who did it. And also, the way that people might influence us, I mean, my partner Ryan was so awesome and like left us up for Chris, and he went out and got the flower, Irish. But to be available to do things for hundreds of people is very special to me. And then also to say thank you very much to the museum and everyone on board, and Sharon and Gary and John and Joe hosted us for lunch today when we came. How exciting to do what you love and to have people that then come and want to do things to make you feel supportive in that. It's so magical. And we're getting better, I think, in America, honoring the arts. We always think we want our child to do whatever they want, and all of a sudden someone go to college, and instead of going to Harvard, they say, I want to get into a band. And we freak out. I understand that, but we're the band. We're doing it. For this evening, again, for young friends to allow us to share the message. And two, the third thing I want to say is, obviously from Chris, she's so great talking in front of people, and I try my best. We're very easy to talk to, so I don't want to talk a lot about what I do. I just want to say that we're very approachable. If you want to talk to us later after this about our art or the message or why we do what we do besides wanting to make the world better, please come and speak with us about it. So thank you very much. And anybody here who has a piece that's tonight in the collection, I know the humans are here. Anybody else who has a piece that tonight I would just like you to... Who else is here?
Denise.
Denise, yeah. Anybody else? Right here. Yeah, raise your hand, please. Because I want to recognize you for allowing us to have it. So thank you very much.